Yeah, hi, I'm Dr Gerald Young. I'm one of the principals and director of White Cross CityMed here. This has been going since 2000 and we have about 10 doctors working here. We're the largest medical centre in Auckland CBD. Biggest business learning, I reckon, is learning to build a team to build the business. So it took a long time. I know it sounds easy, but it wasn't easy. So getting people that will work together, same shared vision, that was hard. The harder thing, I guess, was getting all the doctors to agree to work together, because we merged from 4 different medical centres, and the problem is 6 doctors, 7 opinions, and that was the problem. So getting everyone together on the same page to agree to do it in the first place was not easy. And then managing to have 4 different medical centres merged together into one operational medical centre which would be successful. That's not so easy. Getting people to change is not easy. It's a hard thing to do. You've got to have a good vision, got to have something a bit audacious. Going to build the biggest medical centre in Auckland. I mean, seems like a pretty big goal at the time. Seems easy now, but you've got to get people a little bit excited. And definitely didn't say it was easy, but it was worth doing. And so people bought into it and explained the steps, how we're going to do it and where we're going to go and what we're going to try and achieve and what we're going to do differently. And it wasn't an easy sell, because it wasn't about, the problem with doctors is all about cutting costs and trying to save money. But this was about not saving money. This was actually going to cost more money, but it was about a revenue idea, which is different to most general practices, most private GPs, because they're all about trying to make profit by saving money, not increasing revenue. And so this is a revenue story, which was not easy to sell, but once you sold it, people bought into it. Not everyone came, so some of the doctors we asked said, nah, not for me, and they didn't join us. So we didn't get everyone on board, but we got enough on board to start it, and we've grown since from there. The toughest obstacle is my own bloody ego. That's a tough obstacle, because you get stuck in being a hero in your own ego, and so it's a hard thing to try and put your ego away and listen to other people and take advice and do stuff. It's not invented here. That's the hard thing in business. That was hard. I mean, some people might not find it hard, but medically you're trained to always question everything, trust yourself. But business-wise, it's a different dynamic. And so for professionals, especially medics, it's a different thought process in terms of how you achieve success. So yeah, getting your ego out of the way is not so bloody easy. Along the business pathway, you make mistakes, everyone does. So the big ones are always tend around not doing enough due diligence because of your stupid ego. So believing that you know the answers yourself and have not done enough due diligence and become a gutser. Luckily for me, not irretrievable ones, but big enough ones to give yourself a good kicking in the back, that's for sure. Yeah, very annoying. But because you don't know what you don't know until you've asked someone else, but then because you believe you know everything, you don't ask anyone. And then you make a mistake. So it's always not enough due diligence when I made the big mistakes. Well, I guess the most significant accomplishment today was built CityMed, got it going, developed it, grew the business, and then developed an exit strategy. And we've started the exit strategy with Bruce's help, which we'll talk about later, I guess. But the thing is getting an idea, building the business, and then working out what your exit strategy is, because nobody lives forever. And it's good for your business to survive beyond yourself. You want it to. Everyone does. Yeah, we all want it in different ways. Business is one of them. Family's another. But this is me. Or has been me. Or a big part of me. And so I wanted to be successful, and I wanted to leave it, still successful and operational once I finished, once I retired. I think my best bit of advice would be to build a team. You know, you have to think about building your team when you build your business, and because you want to grow your business. It's too hard if you don't grow your business. It's, you know, some people may enjoy working in a small business by themselves, but as you become successful, it almost becomes inevitable that you need a team, either externally or internally, or a bit of both, because you can't cope yourself otherwise. The paperwork would drive you crazy. You'll be working on Friday night and the weekends, and that's not what you want to build a business for. Well, that's not what I didn't want to build a business for that. I mean, I hate the paperwork, but I like doing the medical start of, you know, of the business. That's what I was here for. But the thing you've got to remember is the medical thing isn't the business. It's just part of the business. So writing the prescriptions is not the business. All the other stuff is the business that most professionals hate. It's the administration, the paperwork, the HR, the accountancy, the bean counting, paying the tax, the GST return, the PAYE, all that stuff. And then having the help with a vision to get that implemented, because it's easy to have an idea, but it's really hard to implement an idea. And anyone in business will know that. You can think of things, but implementing them is the difficult part. I got introduced to Bruce when I just started. In fact, I just started business. I had tried a few other advisors before Bruce, but I found I clicked with Bruce. You know, he's a little bit eclectic, but Gilligan Shepherd had the things I needed when I first started, and I think they must have grown as well as I grew, because they had the appropriate skill sets at the different times in terms of building this. So it wasn't just the accountancy, but the advice around how to grow the business, the banking advice, restructuring, the legals around the trusts, how to go from individual partners to a corporate model, which we needed before as part of the exit strategy, and then the advice around how to exit the business or exit strategy, and Bruce helped us negotiate the exit strategy for us, which we're still implementing, because it's a staged exit strategy, which is what we wanted. We didn't want to just all leave one day. We wanted to be able to work our way out and retire when we're ready. So all that sort of advice was really helpful. So Gilligan Shepherd came up with the right advice at the right time when we needed it, which is really good, really good. And Bruce has got a good way of conveying it in a non-accountancy way. Maybe a little bit agricultural sometimes, but pretty good. At least you understand it. At least it's not gobbledygook.